Hi, it's Ryan from Knights Around a Table, and this is a game called Dice Forge, which I have to say is one of the best looking games in the game store. Look at this thing, it's gorgeous. You see the cover, it's going to remind you of The Dark Crystal, you know, the Jim Henson movie, if you're into that. I had a friend who looked at the box, and he said it looked a little bit like a vagina. So whether you're into the Dark Crystal or you're into the other thing, maybe this game appeals to you. We're going to crack it open. I just have to say the back of the box looks completely gorgeous. When I'm playing a board game, if I'm going to spend, you know, an hour, 2 hours sitting at a table and staring at one piece of art for the entire time, you better be sure that that art is good looking. I mean, call me shallow, I just don't buy ugly games, and this is anything but an ugly game. So let's get our knife out, unbox Dice Forge. The reason I picked Dice Forge up is because I have had a long-standing quest to purchase a proper dice crafting game or dice drafting. So I had card drafting games where, you know, deck builders where you build a deck of cards, but I really didn't like the shuffling involved in them, and I thought this would be so much better with dice. So I bought Quarriors, and I didn't really dig Quarriors all that much, you know, and that expansion they have, Quest of the Gladiator, is possibly the worst named game I've ever heard of in my entire life. So following Quarriors, I picked up a game called King's Forge, another sort of dice crafting game, and that one, it was all right, but they pulled a thing where, you know, these games where they release an expansion and the expansions aren't compatible with other expansions, that never sits well with me. So King's Forge was a bit of a miss for me. I have big hopes for Dice Forge because the big selling point in this game is that the dice themselves are literally physically craftable, and the box is impossible to open. Superhuman strength! Okay. What's inside? One thing I've heard about this game is that it has one of the best box inserts in the business. Right off the top we get, oh look at this, it's a nice little evil looking, some sort of winged bat creature. I don't know if that's a promo, if that's, maybe that's like a, you know, sometimes they throw in cards for other games to get you to buy the other games. I have no idea what that is, but I'm just going to put it aside because who knows. Greetings, mortal. Well, hello to you too. The stories of your heroic feats have reached our divine realm. I'm bored. Okay, skip it. We'll read that another time. Oh, look, that's the rule. Is that the rule book? What? No. No, that can't be the... Maybe that's just like a guide. A guide? Oh, the hero aid. It's the hero aid. If you're a hero and you need aids, this game's got you covered. Over here, this is rules, storage, and setup. Oh, wow, look. Okay, so when I said this box has one of the best inserts in the business, they know it. They've got this cool, look at that, eh? This cool exploding blow-up of how everything fits into the box. That's pretty cool. Whoa, oh my gosh, it's like in poster format. You can stick that in your locker. Yeah, impress all your friends and get snot beat out of you at lunchtime. Okay. Over here, this is stuff to punch out, and it looks like player boards with little holes in them that you put cubes in, the kind of thing that Terraforming Mars really should have shipped with. Fun. I'm not going to open them now, but you know, a couple of things to punch out, a couple of little tokens, and player boards. And then under here, oh look at this. There's like an elastic band holding this thing together. What even is this? It looks like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to open this. You take the ribbon off. Fabric in a board game box. Ooh, look at, wow, my goodness. What is even happening? Wow, look, it's all recessed and it's got places for little tokens and jazz. I mean, the production values are through the roof on this thing. Everything looks so gorgeous and candy colored. I love cartoon styles when they're well done. And this one looks, beautiful. I'll do that later. Whoa, what is this thing? This looks amazing too. This big die cut. Oh, this is the, yes, I've seen this game set up. This is the big board upon which you roll your forged dice. And this comes and it extends out from the board when you stick it on your table. Man, it looks really pretty. There's slots, I'm assuming, for cards along the side. Wow, look at this. Look at that artwork, that's gorgeous. I don't know if these are planetoids or it's like Olympus and these are floating rocks near Olympus, but look, there's gorgeous skull rock. There's like if this is like Olympian, this be like Hephaestus's forge, his furnace. Wow, these are pretty. That's cool. Pretty artwork. Ah, now the exciting stuff. Piece of cardboard. No, not exciting. Get out of here. 2 decks of cards, all with, I mean, you can tell either the same artist or artists who draw in the same beautiful style designed these decks. The artwork on there, you got critters and characters. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. If I were to estimate how many cards were in these decks, I would say together, like you sandwich them together, it'd be about like 15,000. And here, the main event, snappable Lego-like face plates for the dice that you'll be forging while you play the game. So here are player markers, and then, ooh, beautiful plastic sort of crystalline cubes that are in matching colors and matching tones too. Look how these look beautifully kind of muted and almost pastel-y, and the cubes kind of match. That looks really gorgeous. This whole game, my gosh, so pretty. I don't even care if it stinks. I'll just look at it for hours. Here are the actual dice that you'll be rolling that you're going to put snappy Lego-like faces onto. Wow, what a cool idea. I'm going to pop this bag open and see how easily they pop on and pop off. One complaint I did read about this game was that maybe somebody said these are not that easy to get off the cube, or maybe somebody said the game takes a little bit longer to set up than it's worth. I don't know, I won't know till I play, but I mean, they go on pretty easy. To pop them off, oh yeah, so a little bit of upper arm strength in order to get the face off here. I'm gonna try this one. It's not terrible. I don't know if I wasn't such a strong and powerful, muscular man with the toned physique that I have, I don't know if I would have such an easy time to do that. So if I was like a, 12-year-old girl playing this, hurt my nail. I don't know if I'd have as easy a time getting these faces off, but it's not the worst thing in the world, I think, and maybe they loosen up the more that you play with the game. And then here, what remains is this wonderfully vacuum-formed box insert. And if we go back to that thing that we saw right off the top, yes. So following these instructions here, the vacuum-formed thing's on the bottom, you slot the cards in, the dice all go around the corners here. There's 2 slots on either side. Am I oriented the right way? No, let's flip it over. Ah, much better. 2 slots on either side in order to hold your cards. It'd be right here and right here. Look at that. And little spots for those cubes that we talked about here and here. Gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. Like I say, it's apparently a pretty casual game. There's a lot of setup involved. I've read, I don't know if it's true or not, a lot of setup involved for what the game is, but I could stare at this artwork and these components for days. So already I feel like I got my money's worth just to marvel at this incredible artwork. I'll play the game. I'll let you know what I think of it. Maybe we'll do like a how to play of Dice Forge. But as it stands, there is your unboxing and my first initial impressions of Dice.
Thanks for watching. I'm kind of like Tinkerbell. If you stop paying attention to me, I die. Click the coat of arms to subscribe. Turn on notifications to know when I've got something new.